Hey guys, Dan Howman back with another Watcher of Realms video. Today we are going to be going through the brand new stages of Artifact Material Raid. So I'm wearing a suit because I'm going to a wedding in like an hour if you're wondering. But anyways, we're going to go through the Artifact Material Raids. Now, the problem with the new Artifact Material Raid is it switches back and forth between ground tile fights and like ranged fights, basically melee versus ranged fights. So I'm going to start with stage 22 just because it's the last one I completed and it doesn't save your team. Like if I go here to stage 21 and I hit fight, it saves the team from the other fight, right? So this is not the team you can use here. So I'm just gonna, we'll start with 22 because I'm gonna have to go back and basically redo, find my team and redo everything. Anyways, they just saved the teams based on the dungeon, not the stage. So unfortunately, it pulls out range tiles for a melee dungeon, for example. So I'm going to have to go back and redo the other stage for you guys next. But we'll start with the last stage here, and then we'll go back to the first stage. So this one, you're only having 3 tiles. I'll show you the auto first, just so I can remember the order that I placed everything and, everything like that. So, and then you'll have only 3 melee tiles, and this one is kind of far out here. But, yeah, this is what you got going on. You want basically ranged heroes that deal a lot of AoE damage. That's what you're looking for. I use 2 ground tile units that deal great damage. And then we'll have basically, 3 or 4. And then we'll have 1 melee, 1 healer. So that's kind of the layout that I used here. I just want to show you the auto first. Now we'll go through, I'll do the manual. I'll take off power of dominance. I'm using very strong heroes just because I wanted to get this done, and that's what I have built on this account. I'm on the test server, as I said in the beginning. On the test server, you can see the square at the top here. So that's what we got going on. Let's show you. I'll go through and I'll show you the gear and everything after, but I'll show you the heroes first. It says recommended heroes are going to be Ingrid, who's going to be really strong here, Dahlia, and whatever the little glacial dragon dude's name is, Ymira. Yeah, that's the name. So that's what it recommends here, but this is what we're going to do. So I'll show you the fight. This is the team I had here. I basically am using Jira as a top tank because Jira can take some hits and also deal some damage. I'm using Valk and Thalen in the bottom rows. You could use Ardea. Thalen does have very nice CC, so he has been super helpful. Again, the team is a really strong team, and they're all, high awakens, and there's good gear on everyone, but this is a very hard dungeon, so I'm sure people will find some really good teams otherwise, but I just want to show you what I've found and how I beat it, more just to kind of show you the mechanics of the dungeon, right? Just how everything's going to work. So very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my melee ground units down, so we'll put Valk and Thalen here. Those will be the first 2 I will place, and then we'll put, I think I'll put Morrigan next. My Morrigan is in quite good gear. And Morrigan is here to give the bonus to basically my other units, right? So, Vierna and, we got Hollow here. So basically, I chose to use Arbiters and Cultist. I think you're probably going to want Cultist in this dungeon because this dungeon is just, it works very well with Cultist heroes. So I'm just actually going to use auto and just let them do their thing here. I will place, we'll place her now here. Okay, you see all the stuns coming from Thalen? That has been very useful in this dungeon here. I think I placed Dahlia too late. Yeah, I did a little bit different order. Oh, okay, we still got it. I did a little bit different order this time than I did before. I must have placed Dahlia earlier last time, but there you go. So that wave is done, no problem there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a tank up top. I'm using Jira. She has quite good damage as well, so she's kind of here just to deal some damage and soak up some hits. And then finally we will place a Pope facing upwards to kind of help Jira out because she needs a little bit of help. And then... so I will put Pope up there next, and then I'll put down my Ajax. You don't need Ajax, but he has, a wide range that's able to hit both sides. So that's been a little bit useful here. You can see my Jira almost gets 1 shot, and she will probably die, but she'll still be able to, that's fine. That's part of the run. My Jira did die there, but she's going to be okay because now what we'll do is we'll place Ajax here so that he can attack basically both rows, right? So we'll just wait for Jira to respawn, and we'll put Jira back down in the same spot. So there we go. Now we'll have a bunch of enemies coming down to the bottom rows. Morrigan doing pretty good here, facing down and able to help with a lot of it. I'll go through the damage screen, obviously, at the end, and a lot of that. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to, exactly the second Jira is back up, we're going to drop her back in that same spot right now. Place her right there, block that enemy, and then there you go. We got that guy killed. Jira still was able to tank that without dying, and the struggle really is going to be getting the boss down, because the boss, it hits really hard. So that's going to be the struggle, is just getting this boss down, because you have to basically get the boss down from 25%. It doesn't even matter the enemies. You don't have to clear any of the enemies. You only have to kill the boss. So you're just basically trying to burst this boss down right now, and this is your last chance to kill the boss. You can see almost one-shot my Valk. Now my Valk is dead. We're going to wait another second, and then we're going to place Volka here just to kind of stop the boss for another second here, and let my Morrigan and my Dahlia and everyone attack, and then we're gonna pop a couple others. We're gonna make sure all these ults are popped here. We're gonna pop that, and there you go. Barely killed the boss. It's kind of like a race against time to kill that boss, because that boss is basically just going to be one-shotting your heroes. Now, if you have really strong AoE units, you could probably use 2 tanks instead of the melee DPS that I used. So maybe that's an easier way. If you don't, you know, if you don't have like Thalon and Valk and, you know, I don't know, Jira, for example, you could probably just use 3 tanks there instead, and then just use all of the DPS that I have, or similar DPS, or whatever AoE DPS you guys have. So that's what I decided to do. You could probably use tanks, and that would probably work as well. But Thalon doing some great damage. 45k, 23 from Morrigan, 21, 20, 13, Ajax, you know. Jira taking some big hits. Volka not used. Hollow doing all the healing. So that's the team I used. I'll go through the gear real quick on everyone. I have very strong gear, and they're very high awakened. So you're going to have to just kind of figure out what members in your roster you have to be able to beat this one. This was more just to show you, you know, the dungeon and how it works and all of that good stuff. So if I hit the fight button, we'll go through the gear on everyone. Pope, obviously really strong hero, and a lot of my heroes are A5 because this is the test server. But I just went really high attack, decent attack speed, 100% crit, and a little bit of crit damage. He has a Tear of Twilight. Morrigan has similar thing, very good gear. You know, we're looking at stuff like this. I got a lot of rage regen on her, so she can use her ultimate very often. She's fully skilled up, she's fully awakened, and she has her exclusive all the way leveled up. Again, very strong account, very strong heroes. Jira is in actually an Infernal Roar set, and I got all HP substats on her. I get a lot of gear on the test server, so I'm able to basically pick the stats I want. So kind of a pretty gear intensive build for her. Lunacy Visor maxed out. Ajax is in same thing, just really high attack, 100% crit, decent crit damage, etc. And he has his exclusive artifact. Thalon is in good gear as well. Again, decent attack and decent substats. He is only awakened 2, so I didn't awaken him apparently, but you know, yep, is what it is. Frigid Flame, this one probably not so useful as him, but it's just what I had on him, and it works, so it's fine. I guess my Valk is only A2 as well, so she's not fully awakened either. She basically has, you know, decent, I think I have 1 crit damage piece on her instead of all attack. High crit damage. She could be awakened more, that would be more useful. And she has her artifact. You could use the ranged one as well. That would be probably just as good, if not better. Vierna is just in some just okay gear. I didn't use her, but you can definitely use her if you want. Dahlia in crit damage gear, decent gear, not awakened at all, and Tear Twilight. So there's still upgrades you could make to the team, right? My Dahlia is not awakened at all. She's an exclusive hero, so you could use Awakening Stones, but I doubt many people are doing that. That's why I didn't awaken her specifically, but you know, all my heroes are skilled up. What else we got going on in here? Who else is very useful in here? I think that's pretty much everything, right? Hollow is just in her standard gear. Volka I didn't even use. Yeah, I guess we'll just go through Hollow real quick. She is just in high attack speed gear, high attack speed, high attack. That's all we're looking for with some rage regen for her. She's high rage regen, but just need a healer to work. So that's pretty much it for the team. Just wanted to kind of show you the dungeon, all of what's going on here. So recommended lineups. You see, there's war guides. Hey, if you want to look at your full epic team, there you go. There it is. So only 2 people on the test server have beaten it. Me with a very strong team, and war guides with this epic team. So you can see clearly it's doable with some epics. He didn't even really use ground units. Wow. So I think he's just using basically the slow from greed to basically just kite everyone. Really interesting team here. Really interesting team. So interesting. He's got a 3-minute 56-second clear. Mine was 2 minutes. Obviously double the power is him for my team. But there you go. There's a team for, you know, if you don't have the heroes I have. If you have some of the heroes I have, use them. Otherwise, just use what you got. That's going to be it for the video. Just want to kind of go through and show you guys this dungeon. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to purchase any packs for the summon band or anything like that, feel free to use the link in the description below. I'm sure I'll get a million comments saying, oh, another useless video from Dan because he used all A5 legendaries or something like that. They're not all A5, but I do want to use strong teams because this is what I get to do on the test server. I get to mess around with very strong heroes. I get to find optimal teams and, you know, see who's the strongest heroes in the game. So it's been fun playing around the test server. Anyways, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like and that subscribe button. Leave a comment below. What do you think about the new stages? The next one will be a video on stage 21 because it's more melee heroes. So we will go through that. But I already, it remembers the team, you know, of the last dungeon you cleared. So I tried to do stage 21 first, but I would have had to change out all the heroes anyways. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys.